In this video, we're going to take a look at two collections that I just purchased, totaling over $63,000 I paid. I think there's like $85-ish thousand worth of value here. Both of these collectors had exceptional taste. Both had a focus on X-Men, but there's tons of other stuff in there as well. I do believe we have every major X-Men key in the house, which is spectacular to see, and it's super high grade too. Even that off-title, super hard to find variants and stuff like that, it's in here. And I bet you anything, you'll see a couple covers you didn't even know existed that are gonna make it onto your want list, because I did. I found a couple things I didn't even know existed. Really, really cool stack of books, exceptional. And so for the pricing on this one, I've been paying 75 to 85% for books valued over $1,000 and 60% for anything valued under $1,000. Tons of nuance with that. It just depends on the keys, it depends on the collection overall and the deal overall. But one thing's for sure, we don't have any shortage of collections coming through, and that's because we pay super fair prices. We're super easy to deal with, and we get you paid quick. So if you're looking to sell your collection, contact info down below. Shoot me a list and I will shoot you an offer. Also, we're gonna have a really cool show on Friday, if everything goes according to plan, for Black Friday with $1 starts on Whatnot. So there's a link down below for $15 towards your first purchase, where we'll have stuff in the Buy It Now for 15 bucks. Stop by, pick up a free book, and tons of giveaways. It's gonna be an awesome time. Also, don't forget to sign up for that newsletter at brycecomics.com, where you get first access to collections like this when they come through, and other discount codes this holiday season. Speaking of seasons, I hope you're having a wonderful holiday season so far. I hope you're staying happy and healthy and spending time with family. I'm fighting a cold myself, but you know, it's that time of year, it comes with the territory. And so happy holidays to all of you from us here at Bryce Comics. And without further ado, let's take a look at this exceptional batch of books. And I will say, we're gonna save the best for last. And so if you're thinking when we get started, this isn't the best, it gets better. Let's take a look at these books. This really is a crazy set of books that you'll see throughout the entire video. You might think, oh, we're hitting like a lull, like a low spot, and then all of a sudden, bam, X-Men 104 in a 9.8 with white pages. I don't think I've ever seen this book in a 9.8. First appearance of the Starjammers, X-Men 1 Homage, Star Wars 142 in a 9.8, white pages, Spectacular Spider-Man 64, origin and first appearance of Cloak and Dagger, Amazing Spider-Man number 27, awesome Steve Ditko cover, and bam, Amazing Spider-Man 300 in a 9.8 with white pages, gorgeous copy, origin and first full appearance of Venom, Fantastic Four Annual number 6 and an 8.5 with white pages, birth of Franklin Richards and the first appearance of Annihilus. X-Men 101 in a 9.4, origin and first appearance of the Phoenix. X-Men 127, some beautiful John Byrne art, white pages. X-Men 126, 9.8 white, and X-Men 116 in a 9.8 with white pages. Continuing with the X-Men 9.8 theme, we have 221, 9.8 white pages, first appearance of Mr. Sinister. X-Men 14, the first appearance of the Sentinels, beautiful 7.5. 119 in a 9.8 with white pages. 110. X-Men 95 and a 9.8, Death of Thunderbird, third appearance of the new X-Men. Fantastic Four number 3 and a 5.0. This is the first time that the Fantastic Four don costumes, and it's the first appearance of Miracle Man, and just a classic Jack Kirby early Fantastic Four key. FF49 is 7.5, the first full appearance of Galactus, second appearance of the Silver Surfer, first cover for both. Iron Man number 55 in a 9.4 with white pages. This is a beautiful wrap on this one. First appearance of Thanos, Mentor, Drax, Star Fox, Kronos, and the Blood Brothers. Avengers 57 in a 9.2, first appearance of the Silver Age Vision. New Mutants 98, 9.8, first appearance of Deadpool, and then some. Marvel Team Up 141, 9.8 white pages. X-Men 12 in a 6.5, origin of Professor X, origin and first appearance of the Juggernaut with that awesome classic cover. X-Men number 123 in a 9.8. X-Men 128 in a 9.8 with white pages, old label. And X-Men 125 and a 9.8 with white pages, newsstand edition. That's just the first box. X-Men 142, 9.6 white. Long Shot number 1 in a 9.8, X-Men 168 in a 9.8 with white pages. Awesome cover, very cool custom label that I haven't seen before, I don't think. This is an older one, I believe. Well, maybe that's actually a brand new one. That's probably why I haven't seen it. Avengers Annual number 10 in a 9.8 with white pages, first appearance of Rogue. X-Men 155 in a 9.8, first appearance of the Brood. And here's where we're gonna start to mix with the other collection. I think most of that was the smaller collection, and now we're getting onto the bigger collection, including this Wolverine number 310 sketch cover by Stephen Platt. Very, very expensive modern book. I'm gonna have to take a closer look at this to see if it's a CPR candidate. This collection also came with a raw copy of the color version of this that I'll probably submit to get graded. Wolverine Volume 3, number 66, sketch cover. This is the Old Man Logan storyline where it begins. Wolverine Limited Series, number 1, 9.8. Iron Fist 14, 9.4 white. First appearance of Sabretooth. X-Men number 4, first appearance of Omega Red. Alpha Flight 33. Daredevil 111, first appearance of the Silver Samurai. X-Men number 14 in a 6.0. X-Men number 12 in a 5.0, second copy. So this is, we're definitely crossing over collections. I don't think one collection had 2 copies, but both collections knew they needed that one in it. X-Men 4 in a 6.0, first appearance of Quicksilver, Scarlet Witch, and the Toad, one of my favorites. Nyx number 3 in a 9.8, first appearance of X-23. All New Wolverine number 2 in a 9.8 with a custom label. This is the first appearance of Honey Badger, the variant edition. Wolverine Origins number 10, the retailer incentive, the third claw variant for the first appearance of Daken. Wolverine Origins number 40, the variant edition. X-Men number 160, first appearance of Illyana Magic. New Mutants number 14, first Illyana Rasputin as Magic. All of the Illyana keys in this one, I believe. And this is where we get some cool rarities that you don't see every day, like this J. Scott Campbell edition for New Mutants Dead Souls, signed by J. Scott Campbell. The Mark Brooks variant for New Mutants Dead Souls. Magic number 4. Awesome, awesome cover on this one. X Infernus number 1 from 2009, David Finch cover. So you're gonna see a bunch of books in this collection that are like, how did Marvel approve that cover? And why do they not approve stuff like that these days? X-Men 101, here's another 9.4 white page copy from the other collection. Alright, so here's a book that I didn't know I needed. X-Force number 23, the Clayton Crane variant cover. And just take a look at this art. I mean, it's like, I feel like I should start a section of my collection like covers that I'm surprised Marvel allowed, but just absolutely stunning homage cover here for X-Force 23. X-Man number 15, the first appearance of Onslaught in cameo, and Onslaught X-Men number 1, the variant cover. X-Men 53, first full Onslaught. Now this is one of the cheapest books in the whole collection. I don't think it's worth much more than $50, but look at how freaking cool that is. And it's embossed on the cover. It says number, it's hard to catch in the light, but it says number 3606. And even the back cover, just full art. My friend Steven from Minor Keys Comics commented on my friend Greg's Instagram post and said they just don't make 90s foils like they used to. I mean, they do foils today, obviously, but they're just not like they were in the 90s with these special finishes, and Marvel won't even entertain doing a special cover like that. So anyways, really cool to see that one. Wolverine number 36, second printing. This is the U sketch cover. Totally Awesome Hulk 22, X Factor number 1. 9.8 New Mutants Annual number 2, the first US appearance of Psylocke. X-Men 96 in a 9.4 white. X-Men 169 in a 9.8. This is a very difficult one to find. New Mutants number 1, this is the partial sketch cover. It's the Wizard World exclusive by Adam Kubert. Very difficult to find this one. And here we go, folks. Wolverine number 145, one of the most difficult off-title X-Men keys. Well, it's actually on title, Wolverine number 149, but off distribution methods. This was the Nabisco variant cover, so you can only get it through a mail-away offer from Nabisco. It's got this front and back awesome artwork by Bill Sienkiewicz, and whenever you see this book, it's so notoriously difficult to get in high grade. Obviously, the first thing I'm going to do is start looking at it to see if it's a CPR candidate, and you look at the spine and you start going, man, that looks really good, and you flip it over to the front and you start looking at the spine and you go, oh my goodness, could it be, and then bam, you hit the top right corner, and unfortunately there's a little bit of a crunch right up there, so it is not a CPR candidate, but it's a solid 9.6. Absolutely stunning book, Wolverine number 45. And here's another one that's super difficult to find, Wolverine Special 102.5. Very, very hard to find in high grade and expensive when you do find it. Absolutely gorgeous. X23, the Marco de Giorgia cover, and the Dell Auto retailer incentive for X23 number 1. Dakin Dark Wolverine number 1, the Gabriel Dell Auto variant cover. I hadn't even seen this before today. Cable 159, the variant edition by Jay Anacleto. Here's another homage by Clayton Crane for X-Force 25. And I believe this is a 1 in 500 Stanley Art Germ Lau Virgin variant for New Mutants number 25. Hard to find. I believe it's the last issue in the run. Some more Art Germ Lau. This is the KRS Comics Virgin, the Art Germ Collectibles Marvel Comics 1000 Virgin, and the 1 in 200 New Mutants number 1 from 2020 Stanley Art Germ Lau. Just absolutely stunning. Strange Academy number 1, Peach Momoko Virgin edition, first appearance of Emily Bright and all her friends. Let's keep it going with some of these modern pretty ladies here. We have Jean Grey number 1, the J. Scott Campbell edition D, J. Scott Campbell edition B, and the Stanley Art Germ Lau Virgin signed by Stanley. X Factor number 5, first appearance of Apocalypse and Cameo, 9.8. Some classic Herb Trimp on the Wolverine Origins number 39. Daredevil 197 and a 9.8. And X Factor 15, the first appearance of the Horsemen of the Apocalypse, and a 9.8. We also got a bunch of affordable X-Men in this collection. X-Men 45, 46, 51, the first appearance of Eric the Red, 52, first full appearance of Eric the Red, so previous one was the cameo. X-Men 55, 63, 16, and Hulk 182 in an 8.0 with white pages. Some classic George Perez art on Wolverine for this variant edition. House of X, Lucio Perillo. And there's a beauty. Amazing Spider-Man number 4. This is the Campbell variant cover, the most difficult of the 3. There's 3 different versions of this, and I believe this one is the most difficult to get. Absolutely stunning. Powers of X Comics Elite Lucio Perillo, X-Men 42, 43, and 44. Alright, X-Men 266, first full appearance of Gambit. New Mutant 16, first appearance of Thunderbird. X-Men 10, in a 6.0 for Silver Age Khazar. X-Men 129, 9.6 white pages, first appearance of Kitty Pryde, the White Queen Emma Frost. Uncanny 282 and a 9.8 custom label. Number 24 for X Factor, 9.8. And X-Men 191 in a 9.8. Another multiple, but the type of multiple that you don't get mad at, X-Men 104 with the custom label. Strike File number 1 has a silver metallic ink, and it does like a preview profile of some characters that appear soon after. X Factor number 19, 9.8. X-Men 184, first full appearance of Forge in a 9.8. X-Men 97 in a 9.4. 256. X Factor 6, first full appearance of Apocalypse, 9.8. First full appearance of Mr. Sinister. New Mutants number 9, first appearance of Selene. Some more pretty ladies. See, like this art's, I don't know. I don't know if Marvel would approve it quite like this today. I mean, the choices that were made with just one little line here, one little curve there, but beautiful, beautiful art for the first full appearance of Hope Summers. X-Men 244, first appearance of Jubilee. New Mutants 13, first appearance of Cypher. X-Men number 3 and a 6.0, first full appearance of the Blob. 124, this time a direct edition. X-Men number 1, this is the second printing. It's called the Extra Edition, which is much harder to find. X-Men 107 and a 9.4, first full appearance of the Starjammers. 211 and a 9.8. X-Factor 92, the first appearance of Exodus and that awesome hologram cover. 90s goodness. Here's one that's hard to find. I believe it's a 1 in 20 retailer incentive by Joe Quesada for X-Men Deadly Genesis number 1, the first appearance of Vulcan. And X-Men 109 and a 9.4, first appearance of Weapon Alpha. Alright, last box here. We have X-Men 134 and a 9.8. 135. 136. 140. 129 and a 9.8, first appearance of Kitty Pryde and Emma Frost. X-Men 132 and a 9.8. 133 and a 9.8. 138. 141. Gosh, this is such a crazy collection. First appearance of Rachel, Avalanche, a whole bunch of others. Awesome key right there. X-Men number 106. 9.8. Evil Ernie number 1 in a 9.8, origin and first appearance of Evil Ernie and the first appearance of Lady Death. Very cool to see in 9.8. New Mutants Forever number 4, Arthur Adams cover. It's one you don't see every day. Infernus, J. Scott Campbell cover. Punisher War Journal number 6. Phoenix End Song number 1, limited edition. Signed by Greg Land with the custom label. And a very recent homage to J. Scott Campbell's classic Mary Jane covers. One of them, there was like 4 that he did. Ultimate Spider-Man number 4, J. Scott Campbell, authenticated autograph right here in gold. Beautiful to see. Transformers number 1, origin and first appearance of the Autobots and Decepticons in a 9.8. Spectacular Spider-Man number 27, first Frank Miller on Daredevil. There she is. Evil Ernie number 2, the first cover appearance of Lady Death, signed and sketched by Brian Pulido. About as good as it gets for this key right here. Hulk 180 in an 8.0, first appearance of Wolverine in cameo. Hulk 340, 9.8, white pages. Hulk 181 in a 7.0 with the custom label, first full appearance of Wolverine. X-Men 94, signed by Chris Claremont. I saved the heavy hitters for last, folks. Giant size X-Men number 1 in an 8.5 with white pages, custom label. And last but not least, bam, baby, X-Men number 1, signed by Stan Lee in a 5.5. An absolutely beautiful copy for a 5.5. And one of the things that's interesting about this book is if you look at the cert number, it was recently graded. If it starts with that 424, that means it was recently graded. But these numbers were after Stan Lee passed away. So how is it a full yellow label? Well, what happened was this was pressed and cleaned by CGC. And so somebody took this, it was a gold label, an older gold label, and they had CCS, CGC's pressing service, press and clean it and resubmit it. So if you do that, it maintains the gold label. But now that they have JSA authentication, you can have anybody press it and then just have JSA authenticate the autograph, and it would get the black and gold label. So that's how it was graded recently, because I was looking at this thing going, man, I mean, that presents absolutely gorgeous. I mean, it presents like a 7.5 from the front. I mean, no major creasing, no Marvel chipping, very little spine wear for a 5.5. And you just start going, why is this thing a 5.5? And I still haven't even checked the grader's notes, but I could see right here, we've got a you know, defect, something going on right there, which is on the back in about the best possible place you could want a defect if you were to have a defect. Just a beautiful copy, but since it was graded recently, I'm gonna go check the grader's notes and see what else is going on. But I mean, I don't think it's worth resubmitting if it was just graded again and obviously pressed and cleaned by CGC. So anyways, ending with a banger. Someone's going to be very happy to add this to their collection. So I hope you enjoyed that spectacular, uncanny stack of comic book slabs. So cool to see all these in one place. These collectors had fantastic taste. Shout out to you two. Thanks once again for making it happen. And don't forget to follow us over on Whatnot. Link down below, $15 towards your first purchase. If you're new to Whatnot, we have some awesome shows coming up. And sign up for that newsletter at brycecomics.com to get first access to new collections like this. And if you're looking to sell, shoot me a list. I'll shoot you an offer. Stay happy, stay healthy. Happy collecting. Love you guys. Bye.